Hello ladies and gentlemen, what's up, Pork Shopper here, and today we're taking a brand new look at the new hero, ZINX. We got a reveal trailer just a few hours ago, so I'm going to be checking it out and going through all her abilities, a bit of lore and how I think she will fit into the game. So first, ZINX is a durable ranged attacker. Epic have said themselves when they teased this hero a few days ago with a concept art that she would suit the off lane. Now this is very important because most heroes Epic release, they always say, oh, you can play them in different roles. For example, Wukong could be played in a carry role or the off lane, the same as Wraith. Wraith could be a mid laner but also viable in the off lane, I mean even support if you wanted to. So when they say someone is specifically an off laner, that gets me very excited because I don't think we have many new heroes that really have been built for the off lane role, and with FaZe's introduction it's always been tough in the off lane recently with how easy it is to get poked, so hopefully this hero can change it around for the better. So like I said, ZINX is a durable attacker, controller and sieger. The lore behind it is that after 100 of failed attempts, the 348th was a perfect success, making ZINX. Her lore is also linked to FaZe and Howitzer, which is shown in the trailer because they're all made by the same industries, Tyrant, and with a certain doctor. This seems that the lore is slowly coming together with each hero, creating a lot of interesting concepts, which I cannot wait to fully find out once the game fully releases and they reveal more of this, hopefully in Lore Week, whenever that is. But anyway, let's jump right into ZINX and her abilities. ZINX utilises her mana to be extremely durable and deal deadly damage over time to her enemies. Sounds like an offlaner to me. Her first ability is Bad Medicine. ZINX charges her gun and creates an AoE field of energy on the ground in front of her, can be discharged early to create a smaller field. You see this a few times in the trailer, especially right here when she charges it up and kills these 3 carries, probably hint about how she is going to be the worst enemy for carries in that offlane role. This also seems like it would be really good for wave clear, but we don't know how much damage it really does. And she also does another ability which I'll get to in a bit, which also does sound like a pretty good wave clear ability too. Her next ability is Kitty Claws, which is a toggle, which empowers her pistol, allowing it to apply a damage over time effect, which can stack. If you're a bit confused about this, it's pretty much the same as Grim Slow. You know, he can toggle his basic attack to add a slow. ZINX with Kitty Claws can toggle her pistol to allow a damage over time effect, which you see once in the trailer. As you can see, her HUD changes and she targets down the shin. Again, we don't know how much the damage over time effect is, if this is the poison or bleed effect or if it is just a pure ticking effect just like Moragesh's Hive. We will have to wait and see, but I presume it's the same basic range as her pistol, but that'd be quite interesting. Of course, with the toggle it's probably going to cost the mana to use. Her final ability is Ricochet Stun, a medium range projectile which bounces around nearby enemies, stunning them. The stun duration increases for each enemy hit. So this sounds pretty crazy on the top of my head, but I presume it won't be. We see it once in the trailer where it zooms around all these minions, stunning them, and I presume dealing some sort of damage as well. Now when it says the stun duration increases for each enemy hit, I wonder if that means the first enemy hit gets only a small stun, and each enemy hit after that gets say a 0.1 or 0.2 extra stun duration on them. Now this may sound pretty crazy against enemy heroes, but how I could see this saying the offlane is if there's a minion wave and then there's an enemy hero behind them. You shoot Ricochet stun out, it hits all the enemy minions, then the hero means the hero will get the biggest stun. We don't know how long this bounces around nearby enemies, if it has to hit all of them within a certain radius, or if it has a limit saying it only can hit up to 7 enemies or something. We're going to have to wait to find out there, but this may sound really good for the offlanes to basically deal little bits of damage and stun the enemy minion wave so it doesn't come into a tower, while also stunning any enemy heroes near that minion wave, which could be pretty damn cool. Then we have her ultimate, Dirty Healing, which is another passive. We only have a few of those in the game, but this one sounds pretty cool. The passive side of this ultimate is that ZINX gains bonus mana regen based on a percentage of her missing mana. This is very similar to Battle Mantra and Hydroverse, I believe the card is, which, you know, depending on the missing mana or how much mana you have, you gain mana regen. So this adds to her that probably her abilities are going to cost a lot of mana to use, and this passive is going to help her out there. This ultimate also has a toggle though. While activated, she will immediately heal 50% of damage taken, costing mana instead. So what I'm guessing from here is that each second this ability is activated, it will cost the mana, but the idea she will immediately heal 50% of damage taken sounds extremely strong. It's obviously this, I believe, right at the start of the trailer where she deflects a lot of stuff, so I presume there is a visual so you know she will be a lot tankier than before, but this sounds pretty damn crazy. The idea that she will take pretty much half the damage she takes is going to be quite interesting to see how that turns out. If she can be built like a full tank or not, I do not know, but this sounds very interesting indeed. I cannot wait to find out how this works, not just on pen and paper, but see it in action. Unfortunately, as of right now, we do not know the affinities of her, as for some reason they are not stated in the post as of this time. If that does change, I may edit it in the video if I know. If not, I'll comment it down below if we know then. I hope Epic would be adding the affinities into the post, but they don't. But with my guess with how much her kit focuses all around mana, I would definitely see intellect being a thing, so you can increase her mana pool or mana regen and ability penetration. So intellect would be one, but I also think something like growth on order is more likely rather than any more damage focused affinities. And that's all we can really guess here. One thing we do need to know is that she does have no mobility, so that's something you're going to have to get a card to help you out with. If she does have the intellect affinity, Teleblink would be a good option there. And it'd be interesting to see if she will be more of a team fighter or split pusher. Some of her abilities do focus more on being in team fights and getting dealt a lot of damage, but her bad medicine, which is the one that gives the best AoE clear, say it does the same amount of damage as Countless's Dark Tide ability, she will have really good wave clear. But that's all the speculating we can really do now until we find out more. I'm very excited to play on Tuesday, July 18th. As always, all the heroes are free in Paragon, and I'll see you all next time.